There's something strange going on with Western gaming. I talked about this in my previous video. I really don't get what's going on with Western face scanning equipment, because the excuse we hear on why this beautiful woman gets turned into this when they use motion capturing for today's video games, we hear, oh, the technology is better. That's why it's like this. This is actually better. Even though when you go to Japan, you see stuff like this when it comes to them using motion capturing for their games. It's actually really good. So, yeah, I do think there's something weird going on in the West. You see this with a lot of female characters in Western gaming now. Look at Mary Jane from Spider-Man and what they did to her. I think it's pretty undeniable. Now, when you have a game like Stellar Blade that does it right, you get a lot of stuff like this. So the IGN editor over at the French division had a complete meltdown, said that the Stellar Blade protagonist is going to harm actual women. This is going to damage them. It's going to cause a lot of them to have to go to therapy, get on some kind of medication. a complete male feminist meltdown. This is what gamers want. I don't understand this push against fantasy. Like, it's a video game. There's no reason that you can't have a beautiful woman. And they've embraced this. They don't change the men. The male video game characters are always pretty spot on to the people they actually mocap. But when it comes to the female characters in the West, they don't do that. It's strange. It's weird. So a lot of people have been looking to the East when it comes to video games. And I think this game is going to send a message. And it's going to tell developers, hey, we want this. The fact that the game is good, actually, from what I've heard from people that have played the demo, it sounds like it's going to please people. And I'm happy for that, because the game needs to be good too. And people have put their faith in Shift Up, as it's currently the most pre-ordered game on the PlayStation Store. People are buying the game. This was a reaction to the demo, and I think a lot of the stuff going on in gaming, people are buying this, and they want it to do well. I'm interested in what the reaction is going to be when it comes to reviews for this game. That's going to be something to watch, and we're getting close to that day. Stellar Blade pre-orders have topped the PlayStation Store in several regions, including the U.S. and U.K. Interest in the game seems to have skyrocketed following its demo's release, and its pre-orders are currently surpassing those of the Sea of Thieves release. That's coming to PS5 and I think PS4 as well. I'm not sure if I'm right on the PS4 one. PS5 for sure. And the Elden Ring and Final Fantasy DLCs that are coming out. Stellar Blade's pre-orders in the U.S. reveal some interesting statistics. Looking at those in the U.S. who currently intend to purchase Stellar Blade, 84% male, 69% aged 30 through 44, 58% also intend to buy Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, 95% use YouTube, and 74% use this site, source, some website. I don't know who they are, but 84% men. That shows you what men like right there. I think that's kind of funny. You know that this is something that men are going to like, and it's just funny that studios overwhelmingly are going away with that to give us female characters that look like this, just mostly in the West. This isn't a problem in Japanese games. And I'm wondering if it's going to spark a conversation. Because, I mean, look at this. I did a video on this. Microsoft cautions developers to avoid curvy female characters. They want developers to make those ambiguous, in between the lines, gender-neutral females. They don't do it with the men. They just do it with the women. So they kind of want these mannish-looking women. I think it's turning people off. How long can these AAA developers afford to do this, to make these unattractive women? costs a lot of money to make these games. You need everyone to buy it. So, it's funny. I think this is gonna bring some attention to a lot of these Western developers and show them that undeniably people like attractive looking characters. This is fantasy. This isn't reality. Anyway, even though she's based on a real woman, so it kind of is reality. But in the fantasy sense, I mean the game itself. If people want to dive into something like this and they want to be visually pleased, we have all day to walk around and see how ugly the world is. Can't we have a couple of hours a day where we just dive into a land of fantasy and beauty? Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.